Hi, here I am going to share my experience on taking the Combined Infection Certificate examination. No exam is easy to pass. It needs effort and preparation. The key to passing the exam is question practice, based on my previous exam experiences in my life. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. The more you practice the exam format of either best of 5 questions, or PACES, 100 times, the higher the chance you will have pass. However, I find the CICE is quite challenging. There is no question banks to practice, no specific study materials to read, and no courses to guide how to pass the exam like MRCP or other specialty exit exams. I have struggled a lot during exam preparation due to the exam challenge and the unexpected situation of my mother country. But that is how I have prepared for the CICE. Before I share my exam experience, I explain my background slightly because not all the readers are UK-based exam candidates. I believe everyone will have different ways of exam preparation depending on their background experiences. I am one of the specialty trainees in the 2 years combined infection training program of the UK, including medical microbiology, infectious disease, and virology rotation. I did the exam after 19 months of training. However, I have been attending the MSc Infectious Disease by distance learning from the LSHTM for 1 to 2 years before enrolling in the training. I started reading, focusing on the exam 4 months before the exam dates, and intensively prepared for about 3 weeks. I prepared the reading list based on the Combined Infection Training curriculum, which includes 10 main topics. The basic biology of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Host-pathogen relationships, microbiology and virology laboratory practice, health and safety, principles of public health about communicable disease, infection prevention and control, important clinical syndromes, understanding the use of antimicrobial agents, vaccination, the management of HIV infection, travel and geographical health. The curriculum details can be found in this link. You will find the link below this presentation. The followings are the study materials I have read for each topic. The basic biology of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Host-pathogen relationships. I have read MIM's Medical Microbiology. I think any medical microbiology textbook can cover basic science. You must know basic medical statistics well, like specificity, sensitivity, NNT, power of the test, etc. I read the Oxford Handbook of Medical Statistics. Microbiology and virology laboratory practice. I am not good at this topic, to be frank, as I have too little experience in the laboratory. UKSMI, PHE guidelines and the local laboratory SOP were helpful to me. You can find all the links below this presentation. Health and safety. Health and Safety Executive or HSE is helpful, particularly about Advisory Committee on Dangerous Pathogens and Management and Operation of Microbiological Containment Laboratories. Principles of Public Health about Communicable Disease. Again, the Public Health England website is a must for reading material. Infection Prevention and Control. Manual of Infection Prevention and Control by Nizam Damani is also a good resource for primary infection prevention and control. Important clinical syndromes. Oxford Handbook of Infectious Diseases and Microbiology covers most of the essential clinical syndromes. In the exam, I have also applied the clinical experience that I have gained throughout my life. IDESA guidelines like management of candidiasis and RCOG website is a good source for infections in pregnancy and neonates. Understanding the use of antimicrobial agents. You must read mechanism of actions, antimicrobial coverage spectrum, antimicrobial resistance including the primary genetic mechanism and detection methods. Oxford Handbook of Infectious Diseases and Microbiology, PHE, UKSMI should help you. Vaccination. Green Book immunization is the primary study material. The management of HIV infection. VIVA guidelines and BASH guidelines. Travel and geographical health. CDC website is a good reference for travel and geographical health. The following websites are beneficial for me during exam preparation. Learn Infection by BIA, University of Washington website on HIV, hepatitis B and hepatitis C. RC Path CICE sample papers. MRCP UK infectious diseases questions. idimages.org. And particularly microregistrar.com. All are free, and practicing questions give some ideas how the exam questions would be like and what to focus on in the intensive preparation period. Tutorial topics in infection for the Combined Infection Training Program. And infectious diseases, microbiology, and virology, a question and answer approach for specialist medical trainees. Are only 2 books published so far for question practice. I do not think these should replace textbooks and reading materials. I made my notes throughout my reading to know which one I need to carry in my head to the exam, which one I must memorize again, which one I still need to digest and understand the topic during the intensive study period. I feel that CICE is testing the breadth of the knowledge rather than the depth. Although the reading lists are incredibly long, it is essential to digest the ordinary things in detail from A to Z that we see daily in our clinical practice. The exam is testing whether the candidates have the right amount of knowledge required to practice safely in our daily life. Rare diseases and new antibiotics might pop up in the exam. However, I would say common infections, frequently used antibiotics, standard laboratory methods should always be prioritized in exam preparation, for example, HIV, HBV, HCV, STI, syphilis, staphylococcus, penicillin, cephalosporins, carbapenems etc. That is how I have prepared and passed the CICE on the first attempt. I hope that is helpful to all readers who will sit at the CICE in the future. Good luck with your exam.